those who know. Football prizes to give away. Guess the voice and come and play. Grab your brew, don't miss the flow on the Kev Paul Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 14th of July. How are we all this morning? Who we got in today? Morning, Steve. Morning, Sandra. Morning, Joe. Morning, the other Joe. Morning, Kaz. Morning, Caleb. Morning, Sandra. And everybody else. Good morning to you too. Hope you're having a good one this morning. It's a little bit cooler here today, which is making it more manageable. Morning, Vortex. Morning, Jack. Morning, Boss. Hope you're all well too. So, topic of the day today. I saw this on a TikTok video earlier. Simon Jordan speaking to John Terry and Piers Morgan. Apparently, Gary Lineker has said he'd like that Emma Hayes to manage Leicester City. And it's caused a bit of a topic this morning, or whenever that was released. So I thought we would do the same and have a discussion about it. For me, if you're good enough, then it doesn't matter what's dangling between your legs. Yeah, why not? But come up, give us your thoughts on that today. Also, come up, give us your thoughts on France, Spain tonight, and England, Argentina tomorrow. Kev will be here shortly. He's just got a plumber sorting out a leaky tap. But while we wait for him to get here, let's get straight into the 5-minute phone in. Get in the queue, guys. Come on and give us your thoughts this morning. And anything else you want to talk about. And let's do this.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Morning, Berman. How's you?
Morning. Yeah, very well, thank you. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to turn you up in my ears. Bear with me. Gordon, that's better.
No worries. Love the topic of the day. I think it's been a long time coming because we've had, or at least we've seen, some very competent female managers in the women's game, and I think it's worth maybe giving them a chance. Marie-Louise Etter, I think it was, who was the first one who became a Bundesliga coach. So we have kind of broken the glass ceiling, if you will, for it. I think the biggest challenge for any female manager coming through is there's a lot of male managers who are out of work and have a track record in the men's game, and that's always going to be a big one to overcome in the first instance. However, there's a lot of really bad male managers, as we've seen consistently as well. So I think Emma Hayes getting a shot in the men's game, I think would be a great idea. Whether she manages Leicester or has to start a bit further down. You're always going to have the case of people saying, no, we don't want female managers in here. And let's be honest, most of that is going to be down to sexism. It won't be necessarily on their credentials. It won't be based on how good a manager they can or can't be. My only fear is, and this is the same when anybody kind of breaks through and you kind of become the hero of the day, is people are waiting to kind of hit you down. So let's say Emma Hayes does go into Leicester. Leicester's not doing great at the minute in terms of an organisation, in terms of a structure. If she quote unquote fails, then everyone's going to go, it's because she was a woman. And then they're ready for that. So that's my fear. I think it's going to take a while to start seeing them at the top level. And I'll be more inclined to say that you'd see them in more egalitarian countries. So the Nordics, perhaps again in Germany, places where women's rights generally are a lot more respected and a lot more are given a lot more leeway. It's going to show its face there. I also think that in England, it's going to be tough because you do have the idea of, is she just going to go on mat leave, or is there going to be some kind of women issue that makes them unsuitable, which of course is a nonsense, but we are dealing with old men in an old men's game, especially at the top. So yeah, I'd love to see it. I hope we see it soon, and I also hope we see more managers of different ethnicities managing across.
I just wanted to bring that up with you, actually.
Yeah,
that story's been going on for years and years. There are not enough black managers in football. How would that go toe-to-toe with women coming into the game?
It's an interesting one because when you are a person of colour like myself, you often get pitted against this idea that, it has to be women or yourselves. But there's room for both of us. There's going to be very competent managers of different ethnicities, and they should be given at least an opportunity to interview. I think the same should be done for women. I don't know if we're at a stage yet where we need to have the Rooney Rule in place for both, but I don't think that there necessarily needs to be a contradiction. And of course, that there's going to be women of different ethnic backgrounds as well. So they have the double-edged sword of being underrepresented on both sides. So I think that there's enough clubs for all of us to go around. I think at this stage, what we need to do is just make sure that we're getting enough people into the system of getting their coaching badges. Let's start to get really competent coaches, regardless of their background. And let's do drives to encourage people to apply. So not necessarily encourage them to become the head coach, but let's get more women who love the game, maybe can't make it as players. Let's get them into coaching quickly. Let's make coaching a lot more accessible. Same with people of color. There's not been a predominant Asian footballer, for example, but the appetite in our community is huge for football. So can we get them trained up? Can we start offering coaching badges at A-level periods? We're talking a lot about vocational education. This could be another pathway where we're getting people into work. So I think the main thing is let's get some women coaches of different ethnic backgrounds into play, and the managers from there will then come. Or at least I'd like to hope so.
I hope, because we're so stuck in our ways in this country on the way we do things. But I really hope somewhere out there in Europe, a woman gets the chance to manage in a top league and does very well, that hopefully breaks the mould and lets people in this country see that they can quite capably stand up to any man. But I also, like you said, if you're dealing with a black female manager as well, like you said, it's a double-edged sword. How somebody somewhere needs to start investing time, effort and money and belief in these people and give them an opportunity. I really do believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just my last point on it, and thank you, Sandra, for the lovely comment. My last point on it is, we as a nation do not produce enough coaches and managers. So regardless of what background they are, let's start getting them into that funnel. Let's make coaching cheaper. I think that should be the first hurdle. Let's make it more accessible, easy to get to. And then let's see where we are in 10, 15 years' time.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, if you said a German would be in charge of our national team, you would have laughed, wouldn't you? So we can break down barriers when we want to. Cheers, Berman. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, mate. Always a pleasure. Speak
Likewise.
soon.
Take care.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Right, let's get back on it.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Just waiting to connect to Joe. Come on, Joe. Where are you this morning? Here he is. We've got him. Morning, Joe.
Morning. How is everyone?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Oh, mate. I'm at my tether's end. To be honest with you, mate.
Sometimes, Joe, you just got to take a deep breath,
whip.
mate, and switch off for a little bit. Come in here and have a chat. We'll help you unwind.
Wow. That's the next thing.
Go on, then.
That's the next thing. I have to be in for a career change, to be honest with you.
Do you fancy becoming a woman and managing
I might
Leicester
have to be in
City?
for a career change.
You live that way?
No, thanks, mate. Not the fact of becoming a woman, managing Leicester.
I don't think you can pull off either, if I'm honest, Joe.
Oh,
You watched your other half give birth. You think you could do that?
Nah, definitely not, mate.
No,
definitely
there you
not.
go.
Definitely not.
They've definitely got the upper hand over us men.
Definitely not. Yeah, in that aspect, yeah, 100%. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I'll put my camera on now that I've stopped.
No worries, mate.
I think that realistically, in hindsight's a wonderful thing. Berman made some really good points. I mean, and said some valid points, but I think in hindsight, obviously, it's everything. You can see it from an outsider's perspective. I think women would be good in the game, but I think they've got to do a bit of reading up and stuff. Yeah, because and the reason why I say that is because as much as I back up feminism and I back up like women protecting women and women's rights and everything else, I think they've got to study the game more. And the reason why I say that is sometimes you hear them talk about the game, and it's not just women, it's men as well. Men are terrible at it as well. I.e., some pundits, I feel like switching off the TV because they're that boring. But I think Emma Hayes would be a fantastic manager for Leicester, 100%. 100%. But there's some women that in a manager's game, it's a bit rough and tumble in a men's dressing room, you know. And if they've got to go in a dressing room, and there could be vile players. And don't get me wrong, you get that in every team. And they'll get the boot out the door. But I think like for a woman, it could be quite an intimidating place. Because of obviously certain players and certain egos and certain individuals. So I think they've got to do a lot of studying before they step foot into a men's dressing room. That's my first point. I think they've got the intelligence of the game. Why can't they be a manager? You know, why can't they be? Look at the state of some of the managers who've managed England, managed Liverpool, managed Chelsea, managed Arsenal, managed. Do you know what I mean? Like you go back to before Wenger, Arsenal were non-existent. You know, and like you go back to like before early 2000s and Chelsea were non-existent. But these managers have come in with loads of money, owners have come in with loads of money. And I think we live in a world now where why can't a woman be a manager?
How do you think male players would respect a female manager within a dressing room environment?
This is the thing. I think a woman's got to have a certain background, yeah? And if they come from like a military family or ex-forces family, then maybe that could help them. Because then they get a backbone about themselves.
Do you think
need a backbone? They need...
that woman would need a very strong character about them, do you think?
100%. And I think someone like Emma Hayes would not take any crap. Like, she'd be like, straight to the point. I know the game. I've been in the game long enough. You fucking listen to me. If not, you've gone out the door. Like, and that's what our manager's like. Or even at Saturday level, he's turned around and he was like, "You're all getting fined because you left rubbish in the dressing room for the second time in a row." He said, "Let alone going, David. Where are we going at the end of the month? Let alone going. Where are we going? We're going somewhere away anyway, past over Dartford, near Dartford, and we've got a game over there." And he said, let alone going there next year. He said, "We'll be going to the Bahamas at this fucking rate." That's what he said to us, because that's the attitude you need. If you don't get that, your players take the mick out of you. And you've got to have that backbone about you, 100 million %, 100 million %. But the last point I'll make, Berman said about different ethnic origins of players. The problem is with that, Berman, certain countries specifying certain sports, and I think that's makes a massive segregation between each race, you know. Whereas Indians like specifying like cricket, English specifying football, Spanish specify like in pretty much everything. Like you never seen a Chinese man like really predominantly play football all their life. So it's one of them, isn't it? Like you get different ethnic origins for every sport, in my opinion. That's what I say.
Oh. Yeah. Cheers, Joe. Thanks for coming on this morning, mate. Keep on trucking, brother.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Have a good day. See you, mate.
You too,
Bye-bye.
mate. Cheers. Right, Sandra, it says you'll want to come up. Is that true? Or was that a mistake? Yeah, all right, let's get Sandra up. Let's get a woman's thoughts on this.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. What a topic of the day.
Good
I'm
one,
loving
isn't it?
this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm absolutely loving this, and I completely agree with what Berman said.
Yeah.
Like, there is absolutely nothing stopping a woman to manage a men football team. What Joe says, yeah, they need to have a strong character and stuff like that. Yes, I agree with that. But obviously, not any woman is going to go into that kind of career, that kind
Yeah.
of job. So basically, and do you know what? I see the comments like, why we can't keep it for the men? Why should we? Like Kaz said, men manage women's team. Like,
Exactly.
come on, And
When you're
I
a
think
manager, it's about what's up here, not what's down there.
absolutely, it's nothing about being a woman or a man. And you know
100%.
what? Fun fact for you guys is that it was scientifically proven that if you have surgery performed by a woman, you are less likely to have any complications after your surgery. There is absolutely nothing.
You know why that
stopping-
is? Because they want to get us back to work as soon as possible.
and do you know what, like, people say, oh, women are more emotional, women are that is absolutely untrue. And I'm waiting for the moment where we actually can see a woman managing men's team. But there is a risk, like Berman said, I agree with everything he said, that there will be people waiting for her to fail.
Yeah.
And they're gonna use her gender against her.
Yeah.
And we need to get rid of that mentality. You are a woman, I'm a man, da 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 da.
Yeah,
We're
100%.
not living in 1920s anymore, you know?
You know what? I think, and I've missed some of the conversations. So, good morning, Sandra. And
Good morning, Mr. Nee.
Mr.
Morning,
Nee.
Kev.
I think that what people tend to forget is that being a football manager is just a job. And in any walk of life, any job out there, you got male managers, you got female managers, right? In every walk of life. Okay? You've got male presidents, you've got female prime ministers,
Yep.
you've got queens of countries, you've got kings of countries. Okay, you can't really get much bigger than that.
Very true.
So, as regards to a football manager, I agree. I don't see any reason why you can't, just because you're female, you can't be a manager of a men's team. Because to me, like I said, it's just a job. Yes, okay, you've got to have a bit more of a, let's say, a stronger backbone than, maybe other jobs as managers, because you've got blokes there that are effing and jeffing and angry and whatever because they haven't played. But you've got to take that on the chin. If you want that job, you've got to be able to take that on the chin. But there has to be a level of respect
Yeah.
Yeah.
between the female manager and the male players, and vice versa. If you don't have that, it's doomed to fail.
But let's be honest, like, football is what I'm trying to say, like, football is a result-driven business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So it's not driven by who is, what gender is the person that is like manager of the team. As long as there is a result, I can't see why not.
Do you know what I think? I think part of the problem, and I'm not sexist in any way, shape, or form, but I think part of the problem in this day and age now is the fact that we've had, and again, I can't attest to what other people have just spoken about, but you've had pundits, female pundits, commenting on male games, sounding absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to pick one specific out because there's more than one, but I will pick one out. Eni Aluko.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff, drivel that comes out of her mouth, and she's just embarrassing the female population of pundits and managers and anybody that's involved in that game. When she comes out with, yeah, he scored 19 goals this season, that's all but one goal a game. And I'm going, what are you on?
Yeah. No, but that doesn't necessarily mean that kind of woman is gonna be the manager. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely
But
not.
as you say, we like, then you think, oh my God, women don't belong in football. But you cannot really make your mind up by watching one pundit talking crap
You can't tar every female with the same brush.
Exactly, because if we go down that route, that is gonna get really ugly really soon for men as well.
Do you think?
I can imagine you being a manager.
Oh, I would just get my whip out and yeah.
This topic of the day, Kev, has come from a video I saw today of Simon Jordan speaking to John Terry and Piers Morgan about Gary Lineker had come out and said he'd love to see Emma Hayes coach Leicester City. And I can't remember if it was Berman or Joe, but one of them was basically saying probably not the right club for a female manager to go into, because probably not they're already in trouble, things already. I think if Emma Hayes, let's say, was the first female manager to get a crack in men's football over here, do you think she should be patient and try and pick a club that maybe isn't in such a woeful time to give her the best footing?
I think it could actually work the other way.
If she could turn it around.
Yeah, think about it. If she goes into a club that is maybe in a lower division, but it's fairly good and been doing okay over the last X amount of seasons, and she fails, and that club gets relegated for whatever reason, but that's obviously down to her and her management style or whatever, then it's going to be seen as, see, we told you women can't manage in the men's game.
Yeah.
If you get it where she gets the Leicester job, and they are woeful, they have been for X amount of years, right? And she actually manages to turn that around, where they actually then start climbing up the table, becoming a little bit more successful, winning more games. That's going to look upon it as a success, and yes, a woman can do the job because she turned it around. So I don't necessarily agree that she's not the right person for Leicester, because they are so woeful. Give her a go. If it doesn't work, well, you've been shit for the last 3 or 4 seasons anyway. So what have you lost? Absolutely nothing.
That is very true. I just think it's that kind of situation where, like you just said, if she was to succeed there, get them winning games, she'd probably doing the female fan base and other female managers a great, to give them a chance, hopefully. But if it goes wrong, would she then be ridiculed, which then puts all of her peers in the same boat?
Okay, so let's look at another way. She was the England manager. Yeah. England manager.
Yeah.
Right. She had success with them. And you got to remember, no matter whether you're male or female, the game is exactly the same.
Yeah.
As I said, result driven.
Yeah. I'm not just talking about result driven, but the way it's played is exactly the same. The rules are exactly the same. The pitches are the same size. They wear the same kit. So it's literally down to tactics, and she understands the game. She's done it at top level.
Yeah.
In the female side of things. So if she understands the game just in general, doesn't matter whether it's in the male game or the female game, the game is still the same.
Yeah.
So she should be able to implement her tactics and her formations and what she wants to see the team do in the male game, if she's been able to do it in the female game.
Yeah.
I just think like managers, what makes you a good manager is like how you motivate players, how you understand them, how you understand the game. It just really doesn't matter what gender you are. But hopefully one day we will see that. Hopefully.
Cheers, Sandra. Thanks for coming on this morning. Pleasure. Guys, we're going to have one more caller and then we will play Guess the Voice. If you think you know who this is today.
Once I saw Ian Rush, I saw this, I said, today I have to do something.
See if you can tune into that voice. Go check the website to see all the guesses so far. We'll get one more caller on and then we'll have a game of Guess the Voice.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show, 5-minute phone in.
Good morning, Jack. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Just quickly on the topic, I've not got much to say on it, to be honest with you. Apart from I think it would be good for football if we get women managers into the men's game, because it gives it more diversity and probably more eyes to the game as well.
Yeah.
But obviously the Leicester manager now is Russell Barton. He's basically a woman the amount of times he plays his hair anyway, so but like also I think the England women's manager, can't mind her name, but
Sabina Brightman or something like that, isn't it?
yeah, I think she would do a good job at a big club or something like that. Probably a Coventry or something.
Yeah.
But aye, and also I want to say about Rangers.
Yeah.
We are doing some great business. We've signed Cam Devlin from Hearts. That's us signed 3 people from Hearts this transfer window. So
now your feeder club.
Yeah, they're not happy. They're not happy one bit.
Well, would you be?
No, definitely not. But it's quite funny.
Yeah.
So also, I do think we'll do something next season. Whether that's just a cup, whether that's the league title, I don't know. But I think we'll do something next season. Quite happy with the way things are going now. And also, I want to touch on this as well. I've got the fear that England are going to win the World Cup. I don't like it. I do not like it.
Fear, mate. It shouldn't be a fear. You're part of the UK still.
I do not like it, Paul, honestly.
It's going to be like our neighbours in the north if we win it. They won't speak to us for a long time, would they?
I'm in England now. I'm going to be in England for the final. So,
all right. Oh, you're off to Norfolk, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Norwich now, yeah.
Don't worry, they don't know what football is in Norwich.
They only know about tractors and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you not seen on Sky News the pub in Durham? They've got the football stand in their back garden, basically.
All right.
They sell 499 tickets. They're sold out.
Right.
That's where I am now. So I think I'm going to go there for the Argentina game.
Oh, nice.
So they're doing quite well for that. And but honestly, the fact that you just got to two semi-finals of the World Cup in the last 5 tournaments, 2 finals of the Euros, a quarter-final of the World Cup. It's coming so close now, and I think if you do get to the final this year, you won't make the same mistakes again.
I hope you're right,
in the last 2 finals.
I hope you're right, mate. I think if England win the World Cup, I think I might lose my DLA. I'll start walking. We'll see. We'll see, mate.
No, I hope it doesn't happen, but like, I just also I'm Scottish. I want England to lose, but I wouldn't be angry if they won because I'd be happy for all yous. Do you know what I mean?
And it also could be good for Scottish football and Welsh football and everyone else, because you're going to see kids who've seen maybe England win it, and yeah, they're not English, but it might spur more kids in the area to play football, you know?
Yeah, true.
And start playing the game and look up to players, you know, where it don't matter what country you come from, everyone has foreign players you look up to, don't they? So,
yeah,
you know, we've all got our heroes no matter what age we are. Definitely Jimmy.
Definitely.
Right, Jack. Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Speak soon.
Thanks,
right, guys. It's time for Guess the Voice.
It's time for Guess the Voice on the Kev Paul Breakfast Show.
Okay, do you know who this voice is?
Once I saw Ian Rush, I saw this, I said, oh, today I have to do something.
Okay, if you think you know who that is and you want to come up and play Guess the Voice, Kev will give us an emoji in a minute, and the first person to put that emoji in can come and play. There is no prizes at the moment. We're just playing for fun. Check the website out and see all the guesses that have been so far. Speaking of which, I need to get the website up. So let me quickly do that. Did you get your tap sorted, Kev?
Yeah, replace both of them.
Okay, I will just quickly rattle off the guesses so far. Seems there's only a few. Right, so far we've had Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, Naby Keita, Kanate, Desai and Adebayor. So those are the guesses so far. Right, Kev, give us an emoji. Let's get someone up and play this.
I want a carrot.
A carrot. Someone put a carrot on my screen and you can come up and play Guess the Voice. It's just for fun. Jimmy, go on, Jimmy, out you come. Morning, mate.
All right.
Hang on, I've got to play it yet. Steady.
Oh, yeah,
steady.
sorry. Yeah.
You know how this show works, Jim. Come on.
Sorry,
Here we go.
Once I saw Ian Rush, I saw this, I said, oh, today I have to do something.
Who do you think that is?
Saw Ian Rush, and I said, "Oh, I've got to do something."
Here, drink a glass of milk.
Well, that was changed my answer now.
Go on. What you thinking?
It's got to be like Ian Rush. When was he playing? Like early 90s. But then it couldn't be because it could be he saw him in the. Is it Drogba? Oh, no.
Didier Drogba. Good guess, though. Good guess.
I sound half asleep. I am half asleep, Sandra. Thank you very much.
Right, let's put Jimmy's guess on the website. Drogba. Well done, Jim. Right, that's a good guess. Do you want your 5 minutes while you're here?
No, I've got to go to a meeting, so.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
All right, Jim. Cheers, mate.
All right, see you later.
Right, let's get back to it because we got lots of people on the call. Up next, we got Luke.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Good morning, Luke. How are you, sir?
Morning. Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. What do you want to speak about this morning?
I want to what Liverpool's new head coach's interview. Loved it.
Oh, Ariola's interview. Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I enjoyed that.
He said all the right things.
He did indeed. I was impressed with his first proper grilling by the press.
Comes across
That's
really
down.
well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's down for you to get cracking.
Yeah, so far from what I've heard him say, I really think he is trying to quickly get the fans on side and say, look, I do understand where I'm at. He knows he's in a big job now. He knows this is like his first real massive test in his career. And I think he wants people... He knows that he's got to sort of integrate himself in Liverpool culture, the history of it. And I think he's doing his very best to do that off the start. So, yeah, liking it.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you think we will get more out of Harvey Elliott? Do you think you'll see Harvey Elliott this season a little bit more?
That's to you, Luke, not me.
Yeah, that's you, Luke.
Yeah, I reckon so. When he mentioned Harvey Elliott, I was thinking, I like what he said about Elliott, because he did,
He's going to give him a
used
chance,
him last year.
I think he's going to give all the players a fair crack at it. You know, at the moment, he's got to try and work out his best squad, hasn't he? So
he definitely needs a bit. He does. I'm more annoyed with I want him to get players in that can help him. He needs that.
Yeah. But until he's had time to assess what he's got to decide where he needs to strengthen as well. You know, I mean, we could all sit here and give our thoughts on it, but he's got to figure out what he thinks he needs. But just by the way he was speaking yesterday, I'm expecting us
Yeah.
to be back to playing on the front foot, faster tempo, more aggression, something we just didn't do last season.
I think for now we need. I think definitely pacey wingers for now.
Yes.
A centre back, and then a number 6 in later in the window probably.
Yeah. I think we might
There's a-
start to
there's a-
see some movement pretty soon at Liverpool on all of this.
I was gonna throw a name, but I don't think Liverpool would sign him. Or is it Rayan from Bournemouth?
Oh, yeah. But you'd like him, would you?
It's not really anything I've heard. It's just a conversation. Rayan.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not a player you particularly would like.
No, I wouldn't have an issue with it. The thing is, it's going to cost a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a tough one to know what. No, I don't. I really don't know who they're going to get because, like you said yesterday, they're on that Hughes. So I don't know who they're bringing in.
So, obviously, we know Isak will be the man up front. Where do you think he's gonna try and get Wirtz playing at his best in that team? Do you think down the middle or on the left?
I think I could maybe down the middle.
Give him a free roll.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not really fussed about Tielemans going to Man U that much.
No, I'm not. We just got to concentrate on ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good signing for him, without a doubt. But yeah, don't worry what your teams around you are doing. Concentrate on what we're doing.
Yeah, I've seen who the officials are for the England game. I think it was a couple American officials.
All right. That's good.
I don't think I'm not sure Saka's going to be fully fit to start. Apparently, it sounds like Rashford might be starting.
Yeah, Saka struggled for fitness in this tournament, hasn't he?
Just don't play Madueke for Christ's sake.
No.
Yeah. I think Gordon makes sense. I do think it would be Argentina.
Yeah. Me too. I think we're going to get payback for 1986. Right,
I'm
Jack.
going for a big score.
Yeah, go on. What's your score quickly?
4-2 England.
4-2. You've heard it here. We'll have that every day of the week, won't we, Kev?
Oh. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cheers, Luke. Thanks for coming on this morning, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, brother. Right, let's get back on it.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Good morning, Ben. How's you, sir?
I'm all right, boys. How are we?
Yeah, all good, brother. All good.
Good, man. So, there's no football tomorrow night.
There is? What are you on about?
Yeah, well, there's England, but obviously I've not got... So, obviously I normally do football on a Wednesday, don't I?
Oh, right. Sorry, your football, yes.
Yeah, my football. He's postponed it, but he's doing a kickabout tonight and Friday. So, I'm actually playing football twice this week, so I'm quite happy with that.
Well,
Happy days. Nice
Yeah.
one.
I'll tell you something. I don't know if you saw the comment that I put earlier, just quickly on the topic. I think Serena Wiegmann would do wonders in the men's game. I think she would suit somebody like a Coventry or a Burnley or somebody like that. Because especially if you look at how the Lionesses play,
Yeah.
they're very good defensively, and they play more on the counter, which is how like a Burnley try and play in the Premier League. And I think so. I think she'd be well suited there. And yeah, just I don't know. It's quite an interesting topic, really. And I agree with somebody. Somebody said earlier on. I think it was Jack about the diversity coming into the game. I think it'll be if we can get a female coaching or manager or whatever, it'll be another good moment for English football. It'll be another defining moment. If you think of English football at the moment, we've had a first in Jed Spence being the first Muslim to represent England at the World Cup. So having a female manager coming into the English game would be quite good.
Yeah.
And I just like the fact that English football as a whole is sort of taking a nice turn. You're going into major tournaments. You're expecting England to be in the final four now frequently, so that's good. Club level, I mean, me personally. So you got for Liverpool, you got Isak leading the line next season.
Yeah.
I think because it's Iraola you've got, isn't it, from Bournemouth?
Yes. Yeah.
I would not be surprised, and I know there was talks of him leaving, but I don't know if anybody's picked him up yet. But it really wouldn't surprise me if you went to try and go for Krupi.
Yeah, we had been rumoured, but I think the minute he left Bournemouth to manage us, I think we were getting linked to a few of their players, to be fair. So it could just be paper talk as well.
And I know you said about getting a number 6 in, or somebody like that. Would you take? Is it Alex Scott, the Englishman?
Yeah, I would.
But again, you're looking at quite a big chunk of change there.
Yeah, 100%. But I also think that he would be quite well suited. What are your thoughts on the Man United signings?
Interesting, because the draw of Carrick as your manager, I wasn't sure was going to be big enough. But obviously, the club carries a lot of weight, doesn't it? So it's only a good thing. I did have a few doubts about Carrick because he done pretty well last season, and he's earned the right to become your manager full time. But we've seen it so many times at United where they do this, don't they? Someone will get sacked, they bring someone in, they do all right, they back them, and then by Christmas they're gone. So, you know, will that cycle of events break this season finally, and Carrick will stay in the job?
I think so.
Time will tell, won't it? I think he's doing a very good job for you. But if you lose a couple of games on the trot, those doubts will come rumbling back quite quickly, won't they?
Yeah. So for me, I think I do like the board. Now, I'm going to actually say something now. Now, for those of you that have known me for a few months, I have never really given the board any credit. And I'm going to give Michael Carrick some credit, because what you can say, and if anybody's here like Jonesy or Tabrice or this, that, and the other,
they're all waiting to come up, mate.
If anybody wants to screen record this bit, then go for it, so that you've got the clip of me saying it. Thank you to the board for actually doing something for Michael Carrick, because what they've done, they've got in players that are decent players, but they're squad players. They are players that will run for the badge. You look at Tielemans, he is a workhorse. You look at Andre Santos, he is also one. Manchester United, the thing that we've got players that can dictate the midfield. We've got players that can pass a ball. What we struggled to have is somebody that has the legs that will go and get that ball back and will work hard to do it. We lost McTominay, we lost Fred, we lost the players that would do that. We've now got two in Yuri Tielemans and Andre Santos that will give us that.
So for you, Ben, before you go, because 5 minutes is up, what's your prediction for United this season? Where are they going to finish?
I love this because the Breeze got me to do it on my birthday before last season, and I got ridiculed for it, and he called me a joker, and I got it. I do think as long as we can carry on in the same sort of form, same vein, this, that, and the other, and we can hit the ground running, I think we'll finish top 4.
I do agree with you. I don't disagree with that. Right, thanks for coming up, mate. We will catch up with you very soon,
buddy.
And come on, England.
I'll see you in a bit.
Cheers, mate.
Come on, England.
Thank you. Right, let's get on another one. It's Big T time.
The Kevin Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Morning, Big T.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear, mate.
Yeah, cool. Sorry about the back noise. I'm actually in the gym. So before I even start, I just want to apologize to Ben because yes, I did actually laugh in his face. I literally called him a joker when, like he said, Man United will actually finish in the top 4. So everything that he says, I totally believe him. So I just want to publicly apologize to Ben because I laughed in his face on his birthday, which was not right. So yeah, let me apologize. So it's a great topic. I'm gonna try and keep it as short as possible. The women's game is growing, and literally, I think there is a kind of slight, I'd say, skepticism in terms of what women can do, and literally, I don't think people actually know exactly what they're saying right now. And literally, I'm not saying that anyone is sexist, but when people are saying, "Oh, a certain female manager can manage Coventry or Leicester because of whatever," that's absolutely wrong. A female manager can manage any team in the world, and literally that is a categorically correct statement. I'm not going to say too much, but I am going to be heavily invested into a women's team, which is going to take my time. It's going to take my money. It's going to take everything that I have because I believe in the women's game. I have female coaches, which I'll even put in a group in terms of who literally I've had conversations with, who literally have elite knowledge of the game and literally also basically know how to conduct themselves. I think King Kev said it in terms of going into the men's game or literally coming into football. You have to be a certain player. A certain human being anyway. So literally, the football environment is not for the faint-hearted, 100%. In terms of Emma Hayes, and I've said this on numerous podcasts, she has the Adele effect, and what I mean by that, she has the likability. It's almost like the woman next door. She is non-threatening, but she knows football. And literally, that's why people like Emma Hayes. That's why people like Adele as well. She doesn't look like she knows about football because of how she looks, which is wrong. Because, Phil Neville had no right going into the women's game and being the England manager without any coaching credentials. And again, that's kind of something I really strongly advocate for. I have 2 girls, and representation and female sports, black or white, is really, really, really important to me. My youngest is a gymnast, and she's really, really good. And literally, I'm not saying that because she's my daughter, but she's one of the best within London. And literally, we sit down and we literally go through most women, black, white. It doesn't matter what nationality or whatever culture they come from. And literally, we kind of sit down and literally, she tells me about everything, that she can use from them to literally improve her own performance. And literally, me as a dad, I have to encourage that. So literally, what I'm kind of saying is that we have to encourage more girls, more women, not just in football, but in rugby, in other male-dominated sports. You know what? You can kind of play this sport. It's not just for men. Honestly, it's not just for men. So it is something that we all have to. No. Actually, there are some people, exactly what you said, Paul, that still have this grievance about a German being a manager. Being the England manager, which for me is ridiculous. Because we've moved on from that. So yes, there are going to be some people that will say a female shouldn't be in the men's game. But you know what? They're going to be here to stay. And trust me when I say, the next wave of women coaches, the next wave of female players are going to be better than some of them, their male counterparts in every single aspect of the game. So again, we have to champion the women. We have to champion certain clubs. We have to champion everyone that wants to push women forward. And yes, there are certain women in the game who are charlatans that literally want to get into the game because of exposure, money. And it's the same with men as well. We all know men that are in the men's game that are just charlatans. It just comes with the territory. But literally, when I say now, trust me, if I'm spending a lot of my time, a lot of my focus on the women's game, and again, this is me being absolutely deadpan serious. I know I can kind of joke around, but when it kind of comes to something that I'm so serious about in terms of women playing sport, especially football, trust me, a lot of people are going to be eating their words, and a lot of people are not going to like certain things that are going to be happening in the kind of male side of sport because of the women. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about it.
Cheers, Big T. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Do you know what I think a lot of people forget is that sport is for everyone.
Exactly.
No age limits. There's no male, female dominated, whatever. It's sport is for everyone. You go to school as kids. The girls do sports just like the boys do.
Yeah.
And that goes all the way through your age groups.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I don't want to see is mixed sports because of the physicality of it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go for all sports. The world's best female table tennis player is probably just as good as the men's best table tennis. But when you're talking physical strength sports, that's a different conversation. But the mindsets, it doesn't matter what dangles between your legs. If you're good enough, if you've got a good enough brain to do the job, then you're good enough.
I think tennis again is another sport where they do mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Right. In that sort of respect, depending on the male player who is serving against the female player, certain male players hit the ball that hard that a female just can't return it.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And so that's the physicality. But they can still play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a sensible conversation, and I'm enjoying this one today. Just before I get the next caller on, which is Jonesy, could by the time the next World Cup rolls around, could we see a female managing in the men's international tournaments? Obviously, I don't think one of the big hitters would go down that path, but a smaller nation maybe.
Personally, I don't think it will happen in the next 4 years. Maybe in the next 8 years, I can see it happening. And like you said, one of the smaller nations.
Yeah.
If they start to implement slowly female managers into the leagues in their country, okay, and they see that they're being successful with their individual teams, then I could see somebody being bold enough to go, do you know what? We're going to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
You can manage our country's team. But I don't think it'll be in the next 4 years.
No. It'd be interesting, and I hope one day somebody out there does get their chance, whether it's Emma Hayes or somebody else, gets a crack at a men's club, just to prove a point that do you know what? We can do this, no matter what other people think. And break down more barriers.
Yeah.
Right, let's get Jonesy up. Let's get his opinion on this. And then it'll be time for Guess the Face, the new quiz.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show, 5-minute phone in.
Apologies, I just clicked on his name and it takes him a week to get in here. He's on his way, he's running up those stairs. Here he is. You're right, Jonesy.
Morning, Jonesy.
Mind the cat.
I think it's a great topic. This, like my buzz mentioned in the comments, obviously Union Berlin hired a female. She was there temporary, but now they've gone back to a male for the new season. There's a team in Germany, third division, Ingolstadt. They hired a female coach in 2024, and she's still there 2 years later. So they've the Bundesliga in the German leagues. They've they've got two. We had Forest Green Rovers. They hired a female. Obviously, she didn't. I don't know. Maybe she had 1 or 2 games, I believe. And also, I think with Forest Green, I think that was a publicity stunt for them. I think it might have been Simon Jordan or someone on TalkSport called their honor out when he was on there about it. Which again, obviously, I think it's probably still that one. Emma Hayes mentioned she got linked to Wimbledon about 3 years ago. I don't know if she got interviewed or she spoke. I don't know if she got turned down for it or she turned it down herself. Obviously she's been recently linked to Leicester. And I think if you look at again, like people have mentioned, I think like you said, if no matter what background you come from, what race you are, whether you're male or female, if you're good enough, you're good enough. It doesn't matter what you are. But there has been a couple. Again, I go back to Sol Campbell. I think Sol Campbell. Now you hear him speak about it, but I think with Sol Campbell, I think he comes about it the wrong way. I think the way he speaks about it is he believes he's entitled to get it,
right?
Even though he's obviously he got appointed at was it Notts County? I think he was at didn't do a great job there. But like I said, that's the problem, and I think there should be more managers from different backgrounds. But like I said, if you're not good enough, then you're not good enough. You shouldn't appoint someone based on if someone's not a great manager and they're female or Asian or whatever background they come from. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. But then on the other hand, if you're good enough, you're good enough to take it. I don't think you should point someone based on you're a woman, we're going to point it away to just fill the quota. That should never be the case. That's the wrong message to give in pointing someone like that. Again, I'm aware of time. I just want to speak on obviously Andre Santos. Ben brought him up. I've said before to United fans who have not saw him. This kid, the reason he didn't get game time at Chelsea is because we had Caicedo and Enzo cost over £100 million. Which he's not going to get ahead of them two because you don't want them to sit on the bench. And we've seen how vocal Enzo Fernandez has been. So if he didn't get game time, he'd probably be more quite vocal. But he's a talented kid. I think he's going to take time, and whether he reaches his potential or not. But Man United have got a good player on their hands. And I said this before to a couple of United fans as well. I could be proved wrong here, but I think he will surprise many Man United fans. Will be surprised how good he actually is. I'm good, and I said in the comments. The price I'd get, £48 million is a lot of money. But if I take away the price and look at the player, I'm gutted he's left. I'm literally gutted he's gone. But I'll get it because, again, we're not in the Champions League. There's not game time to go around, so we've got to get people out. So I kind of get it. On a positive note, Garnacho's going, so hallelujah. Thank God he's going out the door. Alonso said that clubs are looking at him, speaking to clubs to try and find a solution, so that's good. He did a press conference yesterday, which I enjoyed. He come across really, really well. Alonso in the press conference. He spoke about setting the right culture, having the right environment, which that's what we need. I think you need players there who are going to buy into his ideas. Get players out who do not suit his ideas, and it looks like he's getting more say. We've got that 20-year-old Italian who's came in. Been linked with a left back from Spain who's like 28. We've been linked to Lacroix, which I'll be buzzing if we get Lacroix. That's one sign I would want. And the thing he's got to do is, one last point on him, is even the players that, like the Palmers, your Caicedos, your Colwells, your Estevals, he has to get a tune out of them because last season, you look at Palmer for a whole season, Caicedo for the second half of the season, that they didn't perform like that can perform. So he's getting a tune out of them lot and improving the other players. So I'm looking forward. I'm even Alonso speak and even the players look happy. So I'm looking forward to the new season.
I can't wait for it to get underway now. I think. Do you know what? I've just got a really sneaky suspicion this season's going to be an incredibly tight title challenge. I
Yeah,
think 4
yeah,
or 5 teams are all going to be right up there.
Yeah, you just on him as well. Before we jump off now. Yeah, I think when we had discussions a few months ago with Rossinia and people saying about Chelsea competing and being around there with Rossinia, I think if we get it right, I'm not saying we can win the league, but like I said, I trust this man. I trust Alonso and with his coaching. So I said before, he was my number one, and I believe he can improve the players. I think we can get. I think for me, the bare minimum next season, top 4 needs to be a bare minimum, 1 game a week, and potentially maybe a trophy, a Carabao or FA Cup. Do that, I'll be happy.
Nice one. Jonesy, before you go, can you remember the 3 players you named yesterday on Guess the Face?
Yeah, I said. Look, I don't know. I can't. I said it. Actually, I forgot.
Was it Luis Garcia, Ryan Babel?
Yeah. Then the top one was Dunga.
Dunga. Right. Remember
Yeah,
those
Dunga.
names because one of those is correct and the other 2 are wrong. Remember those because we're going to play Guess the Voice next. Cheers, Jonesy. Thanks for coming up, mate. Speak soon, brother. Cheers. Right. It is time for...
Guess the face. It's time to play. 3 football stars are matched today. Name all 3 and win the race. Can you crack our mystery face? Only on the Kev Paul Breakfast Show.
Right. Let's put the image on screen. And then Kev will give us an emoji and someone can come up and try and identify this mashup of football players' faces. It's just for fun. There is no prize. There he is, the handsome devil. Right. Jonesy got one of them right. I'm not telling you what one, but you can probably figure it out. So just keep watching and listening. Write down people's guesses. And every day when they've had their guess... I won't tell them what ones they've got right. I will just tell them how many they have got right. Okay, Kev, give us an emoji for this one.
Green heart.
Green heart. Okay. First person to put the green heart in can come up today and play Guess the Face. Anybody? Somebody? Looks like nobody wants to play, Kev.
Bunch of miserable sods.
Oh, Joe. Well done, Joe. Joe ain't let us down. Thanks, Joe. We'll come back up, mate. Alex was just behind him.
Alex, I still haven't had your shirt delivery payment yet, mate.
Hello.
You have to crack on with that, Alex. Right, Joe, I've got to give you 30 seconds, okay? And when the music stops, I need 3 names from you, okay?
Yeah,
we know one of them is Luis Garcia. So you got 1 out of 2 already. Okay, here's your 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think I'm really unsure about the hair, the top, but I think the bottom is Jeremy Frimpong, and the top is maybe I'm going to go for a young Steve McManaman.
Are those your guesses, are they?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Wait for the music to end. Hopefully I won't get ripped off that music. You have 1 out of 3, sir.
Oh.
So I guess it's still Luis Garcia. Thanks for coming up, Joe. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Speak soon. Cheers. Keep staring at it and we'll have another crack tomorrow. Someone else come up. But remember, 1 out of the 3 is Luis Garcia. Right, let's get back to the phone lines. We've got Calum and then we've got Alex.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Clock's changed. Bear with us. That's why it froze earlier, I think, Johnny. Right. Morning, Calum. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much for asking.
You know what? This topic of the day is probably a really good one, actually.
Okay, what are your thoughts on it then, Caleb?
Because, like Kev said, I think it doesn't matter like whether you're male or female. You know, you can still enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of women's football anyway, so
Yeah, and that
and
I've been
it'd be
watching a bit of the.
interesting as well to see if it'd be
Sorry, go on.
interesting to see a
Yeah.
female manager in the men's game. Something different, you know?
Yeah. Any movement with Charlton this week?
Not yet. Still
No?
got them 2 signings.
Oh yeah, you come on yesterday, didn't
No,
you?
so
Told us about them, yeah.
yeah.
So who was it
Yeah.
that your team lost to in one of the pre-season friendlies?
No, it was a draw, wasn't it? He said 1-1.
Oh, draw, was
No,
it?
we think these we drew to a team in I think in Slovenia,
Slovenia.
Slovakia, or maybe, yeah. We drew somehow. I did watch it.
You
Cool.
didn't?
We weren't the best.
Oh, you weren't the best.
Does that worry you for the start of the season?
I mean, it's only pre-season, Kev.
Yeah, no, I get that, mate. But obviously, pre-season's more about fitness rather than sort of tactics. That's generally obviously you've got to put in tactics and try different things. That's why it's you've got
To be
pre-season.
honest, Kev, it does worry me a little bit now. Now I'm just seeing the way we played. Right,
Yeah.
if we play like this in the championship next season, or this season, however I say it, something tells me we could go down again.
Did you see any of the Dartford game?
Yeah, we played a lot better that game.
But still lost.
But that's like for Joe for you know. I do love him as a manager, but I don't really like the formation he plays. I feel like we need to change it up a bit.
Is your manager known for changing formations as and when needed, or is he one that just sticks with one formation and that's it?
Well, he has a certain formation he does.
What formation does he play?
50s, by the way, if anyone's interested. I need to have a look, actually.
Is he more of an attacking?
3-5-2.
3-5-2.
3-5-2, you know, he plays. Yeah.
And that's obviously not suiting you, so maybe you should go back to a
No, it's
4-4-2.
not. Yeah, I feel like we do.
Question is, will he?
You know what? My predictions for next season, by the way. I feel like if I'll be happy where we were last season, like just stay up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So give me your predictions then for the Premier League this season. Give me your top 4.
Oh gosh. Oh. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season, I think.
I think my top
I
4
know
would probably
Championship
be
more, Kev.
Southampton.
No, Premier League.
Oh, Premier League. Oh, sorry, I thought he was asking about Championship.
No, Premier League.
Ah, okay.
So who would yours top 4 be in the Championship then?
Mine or Caleb's?
Yours.
I
Mine.
think West Ham will win. Something tells me West Ham might win the league.
Yeah. I think
But
West
Wolves
Ham,
will be up there as well.
Southampton and Wrexham. And probably Derby County flirting with it and Millwall again.
Oh, don't mention Derby. We got to play them first game.
Yeah, it'd be a tough game, that. Good team, Derby County.
That's going to be tough.
Mm. But yeah, I think West Ham will bounce straight back up. I'll be surprised if they don't. Bowin's staying there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what it sounds.
Yeah. All right, Caleb. Cheers. Thanks for coming up this morning, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah, mate.
Right. Up next is Alex.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show. 5-minute phone in.
Good morning, Alex. How are you, sir?
Morning, how are you?
Morning,
Yeah,
mate.
I'm well, mate. I'm well.
Morning. Yeah, Kev, I'll get it checked shortly, and then
Yeah,
I
no
will
worries.
resend it if it needs to be. I did say it was sent, but I'll get it checked again for you. If it's not coming to you, not a problem. So, with regards to topic of the day, yeah, I would say if they're good enough, then yeah, why not? Like pretty much what Jones has just said. You know, we've got referees that are already in the World Cup, which are female. You know, they're doing pretty well. I've never had anything against them, not heard any sort of bad report about them. So, yeah, why they're not? If they've got the badges and they've got the coaching behind them, then yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I think footballs now are so much professionals that there's not going to be any sort of attitude change because you're a woman. You know, it's not gonna happen. I don't think in this day and age, or it shouldn't do. Not with the professionals of the footballers. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's really the topic of the day. But moving forward, Premier League obviously is what, 3 weeks away, maybe.
Bit more than that, but yeah, it's getting there.
About 4 weeks. So obviously within the next week or so, teams is going to start coming back to pre-season fully, and you know you're going to start getting squads back together. So yeah, it's going to be intriguing to see what goes on. I think it's going to be a shock at the top end of the table,
5
not
weeks,
winning
Friday
it.
it starts. Yeah.
So not going to obviously win it, but I think someone will be in and around that top 4 that you don't think will be there or shouldn't be there. Because I think everything's just going to be so tight between like the Arsenal, Cities, and Liverpool's. Because there's no standout manager anymore, is there really?
No,
not at the moment. Is there going to be a bit of a World Cup hangover as well with players coming back? Do you see a lot of these clubs starting off quite slow and dingy first part of the season?
Yeah, well, Haaland's due back the first week of August, so he's not even going to get a pre-season pretty much. He's going to come back and then go straight into the Carabao Cup. Not the Carabao Cup, the Community Shield, second week of August. So he's going to be pretty much straight into that. So yeah, there's going to be a hangover to an aspect of it. I think so anyway.
Yeah.
It'll take a couple of months. Did this in the Euros a couple of years ago, didn't it? Where the players came back for like August, September, October. Players were pretty much just legless, and yeah, the shock results, and then after that, normal service resumed pretty much. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It just depends on transfers as well. But yeah, just want to get your thoughts on where you stand at the moment with your team and stuff.
Really impressed with Iraola so far. Obviously, can't comment on style of football because we haven't kicked a ball under him yet. But loving what he's saying, and I think he certainly seems to understand the club and its culture way more than Slot did. So that's good. Lack of signings at the moment, very quiet there. But I expect that to ramp up a bit over the next few weeks. Hopeful that we get off to a good start. I think the first 6-7 fixtures have been pretty kind to us. So should get us hopefully on the front foot very quickly. And I've gone bold. I said it the other day. I don't care if people laugh at me. I think we're finishing first or second.
Wow, okay.
a bold comment.
Yeah, what would you go, Kev?
Oh, well, I've said top 4 and a trophy, so like like an FA Cup or something like that, I would be happy with. Like Paul, I'm impressed with the way that Iraola speaks. I'm impressed with his understanding of what the culture is about our club and the fans and the city in itself. So he has sort of instilled that he wants to ingratiate himself into that type of culture, a bit like what Klopp did. And I just hope what he does is he implements this intense fitness regime for the players.
Yeah.
Last season, we were well under par on fitness, and that showed in every single game that we played. And obviously, he plays on the front foot, which is, again, a sort of Klopp-esque style of football, whereas Slot would say we play on the front foot, but obviously that wasn't the case. So hopefully, if he can start well, and we can get some wins under our belt and some points on the table, and get up there, I think that could only be a good thing for us, where we can then push on where we weren't pushing on last season.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get to lose the 7 or 10 games on the bloody trot.
I don't think we saw the very best of our new signings by a mile last season.
No.
Other than Ekatike, I think he probably performed the best out of the ones we brought in. But Isak,
you know what? I said, sorry, Paul. I said last year, like during the season to you lot, I said, you didn't have what you had on the clock, where you had the running. You didn't have the wanting to go, and which then would have let Verts have the pockets, because the team wants to run, so Verts could have slid in them pockets and put the balls in where he needed to, and he didn't have that space. So hopefully this year it'll be get the free up front running, and let Verts in the middle do what he wants to do.
I think we're going to see a far better Liverpool. You've got a manager who's already managed Kirkes. You've got a manager who I think will unlock the potential of Verts, something Slot couldn't do. We've got we got Isak, Premier League proven, should easily, now he's fit, bag 20 plus goals a season. It's just figuring out what to do out on those wings for me, and shore up that defence a little bit.
Can I just ask what someone just put in the chat as well, and get your thoughts on this quickly? With regards to Arsenal's issue with last season, so we all know the aspect of it last year: the corners, the pushing, the goalkeeper holding the goalkeeper. With the clampdown of the World Cup, which we've seen, and we're also going to see that now implemented, hopefully, into the Premier League, which they're saying. Do you think Arsenal could fall out the top 4?
No, I don't, and I'll tell you for why. Let Kev. Do you want to go first and put your reasoning?
I think
you go first, and then I'll tell you why I think different.
I think the only reason I say yes, potentially, I'm not saying they will, but it's potentially, because if you look at their overall play last season, forget about the pushing and shoving in the box and the corners and everything else, their actual overall play wasn't great. They didn't excite me. They didn't do anything special. They basically bullied players in the box, and that's where a lot of their goals came from. They weren't scoring free-flowing they weren't scoring free-flowing goals in games, and when they were winning by the odd one goal, so like let's say a 2-1 or a 1-0, those goals primarily came from the corners, where they were bullying. They were jostling, they were holding, they were pushing. We have to assume that they are going to implement these rules. But if the PGMOL, although it's not called the PGMOL anymore, don't implement them correctly and don't stick by what they say they're going to stick by, which we've seen time and time again, they bring in new rules, and one of them was the penalty situation. If you're caught holding a player or whatever in the box, in a corner, you get these penalties, whatever. Didn't happen. It started off well, and then it just phased out. So they have to be stringent in those situations. Stop holding players, stop pulling the shirts, stop pushing them, stop stopping the goalkeeper trying to get forward to, get the ball, come out and catch or punch. If they can do that, that will reduce the amount of goals that Arsenal score. And if that's the case, then the potential for them to lose more games is bigger than it was last season.
Right. I think they won't drop out of the top 4, because I think they have the best defence in the league at the moment. I think they have the most complete team at the moment. And I do agree with what Kev said with the style of how they get their goals up front. But the writing's on the wall for me with Gyökeres. Is he another one of the Arsenal strikers who just ain't going to cut it? Time will tell this season. But I still believe there are only one really quality good striker away from having an amazing team. And I do agree with Kevin a little bit. You would have to tweak the style of play a bit, but I really don't see Arsenal falling. If anything, I think it's theirs to lose again. I think people need to be Liverpool when the likes challenging them.
It's just the likes of, Liverpool have got Isak potentially on a fully fit season with the World Cup behind him. You've got, obviously, Haaland's going to probably have a couple of weeks and then going to have a full season. You've got, obviously, United with Sesko on a full pre-season now. So you're going to have top elite strikers pretty much on that level of they've got a full pre-season. If not, they're just behind a full pre-season. So they're not going to miss out on anything. Where Arsenal, the defence, a couple of defenders are still in the World Cup. So it's kind of like, well, what do they do? And then obviously got this situation with Saliba with a back surgery he needs after the World Cup. They've already said and confirmed that. So that's him gone. And then obviously got Rice, which is pulling up. Saka's potentially going to be pulling up with an injuries. So it just seems like everything's falling away from them with the lackluster of last season. Because don't get me wrong, it was poor from everyone around. Even Arsenal, it was poor. It was a poor Premier League and it was a poor season from everyone. So
it wasn't a great season by any means. I do agree with that, but I still think Arsenal have the most complete squad in the Premier League. They need very little work. They probably need to bring in 2 players, maybe 3 at a push.
Yeah, I just don't. Like you say, I don't think Maresca. I don't. I've had my thoughts on Maresca. We'll see. Very much. What's he going to do? Whether is he going to go back to the Italian thought of being 4 defenders and 4 centre backs in defence, or one of them, which did it in the treble season. So I just don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, my time's up. So no.
All right, cheers, Alex. Cheers, mate. Great conversation, that one. I like it when me and Kev get asked a question, especially when we don't always agree on it. It's where it just creates another great topic. Right, last call. Go on.
I was just going to say, I can see your point. And I'm not saying that they will drop out. I said there is potential.
Yeah.
If things don't go the way that they went this season or last season.
If they were to drop out, for you, who is for you the top 4 if Arsenal aren't in it?
That would be, for me. That would be City, Liverpool, and I'm not putting them in any particular order. But I think City, Liverpool, United, and potentially Chelsea, and then maybe Arsenal.
Do you see anyone else able to get into that top 4 this season?
Do you know what? I can see potentially again, maybe Spurs getting up there.
They're spending a lot of money at the moment, aren't they?
A lot of money. They've made some good signings.
Villa's a good shout.
Yeah, but if they want to start losing players, are they going to be able to get those same caliber players?
I think Villa's biggest problem is they just can't spend money, can they? They ain't got it. Great manager there, though. Right, let's get Jimmy on, last caller of the day, and then we'll wrap this one up. Hope you've enjoyed today's show, and thanks for everyone who's chipped in. It's been a really good topic, this one, and I have been watching people's comments in the chat box as well. It's nice that it's done respectable, so thanks for everyone who's chipped in today.
The Kev Paul Breakfast Show, 5-minute phone in.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, good, man. Good. I just want to ask, what were your highlights of the press conference yesterday, in terms of what Iriola said and stuff like that, and potential, hints in terms of style of play or players that he wants to bring in or things like that?
You want to go first, Kev?
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it. I have seen some clippets and some bits of information. But for me, I like I said earlier on, Jimmy, I like the fact that he understands the culture of the club. and that he wants to be part of like the city environment and the people and the fans. He wants the fans to enjoy seeing good football again. So for me, that's a big thing. I also like the fact that he's willing to give Harvey Elliott a chance again. Not necessarily to say that he will make it, but he's willing to give him that chance. And I also like the idea that he wants to play like normal on the front foot and high press. Because for me, that's where we're best. Not the slow build-up play football and passing it around between the back four. And
For me, I think that's the biggest thing to
Yeah.
take from that interview is even he understands what the fans want and the style of play we want to see.
Yeah. So those sort of, out of everything, those three things.
Those were the main. That's good to know. That's good to know because I've not watched it yet. I didn't have time to watch it. So when I watch it, I'll definitely sort of try and look for that as well. Because I mean, it sounds like he's learning from the mistakes of Slot as well, right? Like he's looked at his tenure and sort of said, well, if I want to get the fans and the city and the club on my side, like I need to do this and this and this, which is always a good sign, right?
Well, the thing is, as a manager, and that would be a manager in any division, they will obviously have one eye on their team and one eye on the other teams in the leagues, and they will be watching matches on how they play, how they're performing, what tactics they're using. And if he's done that with Liverpool last season, he would have seen how poor we were last season and the mistakes we were making, the silly sloppy passing, the slow build-up play, the lack of press. And he's probably, making mental notes of, well, this is how we can beat them, from a Bournemouth point of view. And if he can see that then, he's gonna have that knowledge in his head now and go, well,
Exactly.
we're not going to play that way. We're going to do it my way, which is good. And we're going to be on that front. Because if you look at the way he plays, the way that Klopp played, and then sandwiched in between is Slot, who played a completely different way and messed everything up. He ain't going to go back to that style. He's not going to go, oh, well, we'll play the Slot style of football. He's going to go, I want to do the high press, attacking, because if we've got the ball and we're up their end, they ain't scoring.
Yeah. Almost if you can simulate how Slot did in his first season, I mean, that would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Oh, would it be lovely?
Yeah.
And then just
a hybrid, kind of a hybrid, but like more leaning towards the attack, right? Like, I think that would be decent. I think, obviously, he's got huge question marks over his head as well, so there'll be a motivation from his side as well of like, I'm not seen as an elite manager. I need to prove myself as well, which it's always nice to have that, I think.
And you know what happened, don't you? If he becomes successful at Liverpool, Real Madrid will try and tap him up.
Yeah, he's going to get poached. Yeah,
and he only does 2-year deals, doesn't he? So, he spoke about that, didn't he? He was asked why he likes 2-year deals, and he basically said, because I don't think contracts are worth anything. Because he said if a club doesn't want their manager anymore, the contract's worth nothing. They'll sack you.
Exactly.
And vice versa.
Exactly.
If times are good and he's enjoying it there, he would want to stay anyway. So I kind of understood where he was coming from.
Work both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah. One of the things as well, like people talking about like where teams will be, in the league. You look at the Arsenal and that, like obviously people question. The thing about them is that Arsenal will be the team. For me, like Arsenal are the team that will like. If you'd say today who's going to win the league, you'd have to say Arsenal because just at the way that the players and the quality they have, the squad that they have, and they're also adding on players as well.
And they're not actually aging yet, their squad, are they?
No,
they're still in a decent age group as well.
I think the biggest factor is obviously bringing in like, Gyökeres, you've still got him to fire up. You bring in potentially Bruno Guimaraes in, maybe that will help Gyökeres maybe because he has good link-up play with forwards. Like, there's opportunities for them. I don't think just because the style of play or the fact that they can't play in the same way means that they're going to be bad next season. I think there's more to Arsenal than that. I think the only issue that they will have potentially will be injuries because I think Rice looks like he's on his last legs, doesn't he?
He needs a break.
Saka needs a break as well. And then you're looking at, maybe that's the reason why they're bringing in the likes of like Bruno, and they've got Madueke as well, which obviously I don't rate Madueke, but you know they've got options for them because for Arsenal, it doesn't seem like. It just seems like those players will probably have to have a bit of a rest at the start of the season because look at Rice, man. He's like a shell at the moment.
Yeah,
He doesn't look
yeah.
right.
He needs time away and recharge his batteries.
Yeah, he's running on
He's come off the back of a very long season, and he gone straight into a World Cup. So
yeah, exactly. He's done a Euros 2 years ago. Then he's gone
Yeah.
straight into a team which been challenging for the league 2 seasons in a row. Won it last season. Played in the Champions League final. Went into a World Cup. That's insane. And then we'll play they'll have a Community Shield, won't they, as well to play?
Yeah.
Mate, nuts, mate.
Hi, Jim.
Anyway, have a good day, guys.
You too, mate. Thanks for coming on this
Bye-bye.
morning.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Right, that's it, guys. Absolutely fantastic show today. That hour and a half has absolutely flown by. Kev, up to much today?
Yeah, we're going out for a picnic for lunch.
Nice. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy that.
And a bit of an ice cream, and then I'm coming back and playing my game.
Hey, don't forget, me and Kev are back tonight for the France-Spain watch-along. Kicks off at 8, I believe, so we'll probably be live about 7:30. And we'll be back tomorrow morning on the Breakfast Show to do it all again and talk about England and Argentina. Can we get it done? Anyway, have a great day, guys. Thanks for the gifts. Mods, thanks for modding, and we'll see you all tonight. Have a good one.
Bye.